Okay, so you want to improve a body part. Well, the first thing that you need to do, you need to be in a calorie surplus. If you want to improve anything, you need to be bulking or mass gaining, whatever you want to call it. But you need to be in a surplus of calories, man. You need to gain some body fat and you need to lose those chiseled abs, and you can't stay super shredded lean year round if you want to make, significant changes and major improvements in your weak body part areas. And that's what I'm doing this year. I mean, like, I've been doing that for the past two years. Now it's going on 3. Bulking, cutting. I ain't trying to stay lean 7-8% body fat like I was 2 months ago now. Yeah, 2 months ago. I'm upping the food, I'm upping the calories, and I'm gaining some body fat, man. I'm getting rid of those chiseled abs. I will still have, visible abs by the end of this bulk, but they won't be super separated. The cuts won't be as deep, and that's okay. That's the thing that you need to deal with if you want to progress, man. And honestly, I think a lot of people, they don't maybe think about it, or they just, are ignorant to the fact that it's like that, or they, believe in some fairy tales that they will, stay shredded single digit body fat and improve their, weakest body part area. They are weakest for a reason, because you ain't genetically gifted and you need to push harder for them to improve. So yeah, my body parts that I want to improve this year and I want to put a lot of emphasis on is my not chest, back and arms. So I'm training those 2 times per week. Everything else is trained like once per week, I would say. And we're gonna see, man. I'm gonna keep training, keep doing this split for another 6 weeks. Yeah, I think 6 weeks. That will be 12 weeks overall. And then I can make, correct assessment of how this split is working for me. That's also one mistake I think people make. They decide to go with a split, and then their friend is doing that split, and they completely change it, and it doesn't work like that. You need to give your training split, your training style, principle, whatever you changed in your training, you need to give it sometimes, 2 to 3 months, and then look at the progress you made. If it's working, good, stick to it, no need to change it. If it ain't working, change something, man, change something. But one more thing I want to say is, even though my training split in the past, 2 years ago wasn't perfect, I would say, and my training knowledge wasn't like it is today, I still made improvements. Why? Because I was in a calorie surplus. So that's all we're going back to the point that I made at the start, and that is calorie surplus. That's where it begins, that's where it ends. This discussion, if you want to improve anything, start there, and you can have some errors in your training or in your training split or training execution, and you will still make progress, because you're still hitting that muscle and you're in a surplus, so it will grow. But as the years go by, you perfect your form, you start perfecting it, and then boom, just 1 year, your weak body parts explode and they grow significantly compared to the other years. And that's what I believe will happen to me this year with my back and my arms. I don't think my back is a weak body part, but back can never be too big, but my arms really need to be brought up, and it's happening this year. I believe it. I'm doing everything in my power to improve it, and yeah, man, I'm checking all the boxes, and that's where I get this confidence from. But yeah, let's go and train some biceps. Maybe you want to see how I'm training my biceps, how I'm training my weak body part this year. This is my second session for the biceps of the week. Of course, today, I'm also training my back, but I'll just take you through the biceps part of the workout, and let's go. I'll catch you at the gym for exercise number 1 for the biceps. Okay, first one for the biceps, regular ass cable curl, 1-arm cable curls. And one thing I want to say is, when I'm curling, I'm thinking about not just flexing my bicep and bringing my forearm to my bicep. I'm thinking about curling like in circular motion like this, not straight up, but like this, in a circular motion. I heard that tip from Martin Fitzwater, and I started implementing that just recently into my training, and I'm feeling my biceps much better, and I feel like I don't get any front delt involvement and they don't take over. So remember that, man, next time you train your biceps. Okay, 3 sets here. First one will be like 8 to 10, and then last 2 sets a bit higher reps, 10 to 12, 10 to 15 tops. Yep, let's go. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, second one for the biceps, just some regular rope hammer curls. Here I'm gonna do 2 sets. By the second set, I will throw in a drop set. Each set I'm aiming for like 8 to 12 reps, and then on the second set I'll probably fail in that range, 8 to 12 on the second one, drop the weight, pump out as many as I can, and that's it. One more, I think, after this one. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Oh yeah, here what I want to say is try keeping your shoulders down. That's the one mistake that I used to make before. I was shrugging when it became heavy. I was shrugging the weight a little bit with my traps and taking away tension from the brachialis and my forearms and my biceps. So that's not a good idea. So try to put your shoulders down, jam them into their socket or whatever, and then just curl up. Let's go. Okay. Whew. Okay. Last one for the buys. 3 sets. First one will be 8 to 12, and then second and third set like 12 to 15 reps. Behind the head curls, I like this movement. I like it a lot because I can feel my biceps really, really contracting more than with like a standing dumbbell curl or standing cable curl. This one really hits the biceps for me and helps me improve that mind muscle connection. And in that way, I'm thinking bigger biceps. So yeah, and one of the reason is just logic, man. Try flexing your bicep here and then bring your arm up and flex your bicep right here. You will feel better contraction the higher your arm goes up. And then especially as it goes like above your head or behind your head, the contraction just gets more and more intense. So if you have a weak biceps, give this exercise a try to help you get a better mind muscle connection, and that way get bigger bicep. Simple as that, man. Really freaking simple. You just need to put in the work. Okay, let's go. Whew. Okay. Done. Done for today. You know how I said in the last video that I won't raise my calories yet because I'm waiting. I don't want to rush the process, even though my weight was, let's say, stabilizing for 2 weeks, and then now the last couple of days my weight started climbing up slowly again. So you see that if I was in a rush and I upped my calories, of course my weight would go up, but also the unnecessary amount of body weight would also go up. This way I just waited a little bit longer. I was, you know, patient because I knew I could get more out of this amount of food that I'm eating, because my strength is going up, and also I'm looking at the pictures, I'm looking better, you know, bigger, and boom, then the scale was now the scale is also confirming all of that, you know, that I'm getting bigger and stronger. So yeah, sometimes you shouldn't rush it. Like I always say, bodybuilding, marathon, not a sprint. You want to get jacked in 1 year, you want to achieve your dream physique in a year. You know, you need to put in the work, and same thing with this. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to bodybuilding. But of course, don't think when I say slow and steady that you should slack. Nah, man, you should do everything perfect, you know. In bodybuilding, I really think if you want to progress, you need to ask yourself at the end of every day, what can I do better? What can I do better tomorrow to get more results, you know? How can I perfect my form even more? How can I be better with my meal timings even more? How can I clean up my diet even more? And the only thing you need to do is be 0.5% better, 1% better each day until you reach perfection, which probably will happen never, but you will get closer and closer to it. And the closer and closer you get to the perfection, and you know, perfection in executing everything, let's say it like that, the better your results will be, man. But yeah, I think that's one thing that people don't think about too much today, you know, because you get spammed with all these crazy transformations on Instagram, on YouTube with all of, or TikTok with all of those guys, you know, and girls also making huge transformations. But you also need to think for yourself. I'm not thinking for yourself. You also need to know that you don't know what they did, man. They might be taking something that you're not taking. They also have different type of genetics than you do. They also have different life circumstances than you do, and maybe they can put more into it than you know. And so don't get discouraged, man. Just look at yourself, compare yourself only with yourself from a year ago or a day ago or a month ago, and try to be better than that guy, you know. Don't worry about anyone else, man. And honestly, that way you won't get too much into your head thinking about other people, and you know, having negative thoughts with that freaking comparison, man, with others. So just focus on you, and that's it, man. Honestly, that's freaking it. Okay, I'm out. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace out.